Oh, Jesus Christ.
Hello.
Welcome to episode 42 of the Vibin podcast, everybody. All of you beautiful people joining and watching in right now on your televised monitor screens.
You're quiet.
Yeah?
Yeah, you're kind of, I don't know.
Oh.
Maybe I feel like you're a little
I'm
reserved.
a little out of breath from doing that. You know.
Oh, I
Just
see.
trying to be real
you're trying to
real
catch
vibey,
up.
real nice ASMR. My tongue is in your ear.
That just shows that you're just really out of shape. If doing that, you're already winded.
Yeah, I don't do a lot of cardio. I do I do bodybuilding shit. I should do more cardio.
Oh, you run, don't you? I know you do. You run that mouth.
Yeah, that's right. And I run my asshole when I eat very spicy food like I had earlier yesterday.
Why'd you have to go there?
Well, hey, man, I'm just talking about things that run. My legs run, my mouth runs, my ass runs. That's why they call it the runs. I got the runs, Caesar. It's in the name, you fucker. Anyways, now that we've reached peak quality, welcome to the Vibin podcast.
Hello.
It's been a week, just about.
Yeah, just about.
I don't know when the last time we recorded is, but it's been a week for you people, and you better goddamn well enjoy it.
Every time you say that, what do you mean by you people?
These people.
Okay, good.
Yeah, you people. They know who I'm talking about.
Good.
Yeah, that's
All
right.
Just wanted to clarify things.
Anyway, Caesar, you know what? That's a good segue because I also want to clarify some things.
Oh Christ! Is it more Christian?
No, Christian. No, this is gonna be a Christian-free episode.
Okay.
The last time I will say his name one more time right now, and that is only to say that this will be an episode that is from this point forward free of Christian starting now. So between this episode and the last, I finished Final Fantasy 1.
Woo!
Yeah, and I went off on a tirade last time about all my opinions and shit, and I'm here for some minor corrections and clarifications. So first of all, I'm stupid. Why did I have a weapon on the monk? Monks are hand fighting assholes. The nunchuck was stronger for a while, but I should have fucking realized, hey, idiot, he's a monk. Take his fucking weapon off, then he'll be crazy strong, and then he certainly was. Also, there was a dragon god I went to, and all my characters got prestige in their classes, which was fucking cool. That was an interesting little mechanic, because like I said, the red mage, he wasn't able to learn the higher 6th and 7th level spells, even though I had spell slots for him, right? But once he got that ascension, he was able to, which was sick as fuck.
Nice.
And then the warrior evolves into the knight, and he can learn up to level 4 white magic, and then the thief, once upgraded, becomes a ninja, which can learn up to level 4 black magic, which really helped round out my team in terms of buffs and debuffs and shit for the final fight, which was hard as shit. Truly the hardest fight in the entire game.
Whew, yeah, you were telling me that you were getting creamed by him like a few times.
Like 5 fucking times or so, and then I was like, fuck it, I have to go grind. So I went outside the dungeon, ran back and forth for about good half an hour, got 5 levels, got to level 50. And honestly, if I played a little bit better the first few times, I could have probably done it. But those extra couple levels did help because it gave me the extra HP I needed to not die in 2 fucking hits.
Nice.
But yeah, I casted that protect at my temper and fucking haste up, multiple attacks. Got him down. It was a pretty fantastic game. But my team composition I said still stands. For most optimal, what I believe is warrior, thief, red mage, and white mage. White mage solely for healing, red mage for physical and different types of magic, and then warrior and thief for the reasons I've said. Strong physical and shit, and they can learn magic later. Very well-rounded out team with that layout. Not to say that the monk and the black mage don't have their utility. They're just, if you're going for optimization,
Remember, this is Nick's opinion.
Yeah.
Don't be all mad about it in the comments.
No, be mad, 'cause
No,
it's right.
that's Oh,
No.
all right. Well,
No, the monk was cool as fuck. Monk is sick as fuck. Black mage is super cool. You get to have a VV. It's always cool to have VV on your team.
VV.
He's great. It sucks. Well, it doesn't suck, but I'm not gonna be able to play FF9 because it's not part of the Pixel remaster. I could get it if I wanted to, but
Yeah, they have fucking 9 on the Switch. That's the one with
yeah?
Zidane.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could play it.
I totally could. But damn, there's a card game in Final Fantasy 9 that is so fucked up.
Really?
It's like you get to pick 5 cards in your hand from your deck or whatever the fuck, and then
Yu-Gi-Oh?
Kind of. It's a 4x4 grid, and you place a card on an open spot on the grid, and it has. I don't even know how to classify the scaling. It has a number, and then a letter, and then 2 more numbers. So a card might be 0M00, or 0P00, or 1P00.
Okay.
And those numbers you're supposed to figure out have something to do with the level or power or defense of that particular card. And the letter The numbers have to do with that. The letter is what type it is. P is physical and M is magic. And
Right.
then there's X as well or some other shit. And it's like, oh, it does both or some other things or whatever. And they have little arrows. And you can have multiple of the same cards that have different arrows pointing different directions because they'll attack different directions on this 4x4 grid. But you don't know how much health your particular card will have in any given fight because it's randomly selected on a wheel from like 0 to 45 plus or minus different numbers. So you can put down a card in one battle and have it deal like, yeah, it could be like 20. Your card could have 20 and the other cards could have 18 and you win. And the next battle could be the exact same setup, but now you have 17 and it has 24 and then you fucking lose.
What the fuck?
How
is that fair?
It doesn't make any sense. And when you ask for further clarification at the rules, the game says, I don't know, figure it out.
Wow.
Yeah, it's not.
That's like
not great.
that game is the perfect representation and accurate 100% little by little points to the fact that how I would play Yu-Gi-Oh as a kid. I couldn't read,
Yeah,
don't
just
know what
don't
I'm
know.
doing.
It's like, number, blah, blah, blah.
Yep.
But at least the numbers in Yu-Gi-Oh make sense. There's a cohesive. Blue Eyes White Dragon will always be 3,000, 2,000, right? Or is it 3-3?
3-3.
Okay, it will always be 3,000, 3,000. Whenever you put it down, it'll always cost the same.
Or maybe it's 3,025.
It's something, but they always have the same cost. They always have the same damage, the same defense. It's not a random fucking number based on a roll you don't see until it's already in
all
battle.
Those numbers are set in stone, but you can't make them higher or lower.
Yeah, but you
depending
know
on
when
things.
it's going to happen.
Yes.
Yeah. Fucking, I don't even remember what this game is fucking called, but it's not good.
Put it right here.
It's fun for rage bait.
No, I bet so. There's a lot of card games that I see now. Like, do you remember when Dragon Ball was making that card game about like Dragon Ball Super and stuff? It's like it's not good. I think from what I remember.
I know they have tons of.
No,
mobile
it wasn't.
games.
No, not the mobile one, but it was like an actual console game that they were doing about battling with a deck of cards and stuff.
No,
yeah,
that does not sound like it would recently or.
Yeah, it came out like maybe a year ago or so, maybe a little less than a year ago. I don't remember, but
oh boy, oof, yeah, that does not sound great.
But speaking of Dragon Ball Z, you know what I am very excited about? Budokai Tenkaichi 4.
Oh shit! Have you heard any more news about it?
I read an article today. It's still in development, but from what I'm assuming, this is just an assumption right now. Don't take it word for word.
So don't make an ass out of him.
Exactly. Sirens are going off. This isn't a spoiler, but I think from what I see, because we're already in May,
maybe
I think either at the end of this year that game will be ready, or sometime next year. Probably maybe February next year.
Okay. That was better clarification. You're like by the end of this year or sometime next year. It's like, yeah, it's definitely going to be one of those two times.
Yeah. But I think
by February, what did it change from? Yeah, maybe.
I'm excited for that, dude.
Depends how long they've been working on it.
Exactly, you don't know too. But if they just keep things how Budokai Tenkaichi 3 was, but just ump the graphics and keep make the system, the menus layout things a little simpler, then it's going to be probably the best Dragon Ball Z game. It's going to be out in a fucking while. Especially if it's going to be the cool combos and shit like how you could do back in like Budokai and Budokai Tenkaichi 4 and Overworld or Otherworld. Infinite World.
PS2.
Yeah. It's all mechanics like that, you know.
It's actual
like
fighting
do the
game
stick
mechanics.
combo. Yeah, but it's not complicated. Not like quarter circle, you know.
Yeah, I think you can. You can do those for inputs, but it doesn't specifically say that. You can also just do like the fucking double energy or double taps or, you know, Gesundheit and down energies and whatever the fuck, ideally.
Excuse me.
Yeah. Did you hear the Street Fighter 6 is going to have a
There's a new one coming out?
Yeah. It's going to have a I don't know if it's called Classic, but it's a new controller system setup where it's similar to like easy auto combo shit, where like in previous games, if you want to make the control super easy for yourself and you know how to play fighting games, or in like Devil May Cry games, you want to make it easy, you make it so you don't have to do all those complicated inputs and you just press the button 3 times and then Kiryu will do the fucking combo into fucking Hadoken into fucking
Ryu.
Yeah. Who'd I say?
Kiryu. Like if this is Yakuza or something.
Yeah. I was about to say it again.
It's
Ryu will do the combo into Hadoken into fucking Fireball on Impact, you know. But
that's cool.
Yeah, but it also makes the game a lot easier compared to the people who actually do the inputs and shit. But in Street Fighter 6, apparently they've optimized it a little bit to be a little bit more, you know, like not handholdy, but still make it feel good to play as and play against.
That's
makes
good.
It makes it a little bit more simple. You don't have to do the quarter circle backs and shit, but it'll probably change it down to like simple like double taps or do combo extenders. Just like auto fucking does like level 1 supers at the end of a fucking heavy combo or some shit, something like that.
Yeah, man. But for me personally, like Super Street Fighter 2 for the SNES, that's the Street Fighter I always go back to. That's the one I have on my 3DS, the new 3DS XL. That one, dude, fucking. That's the only Street Fighter game that that would always go back and play. Like I've played some of the newer ones, and they're not bad, but the classics,
they're always
it's so good. It's so hard, but it's so good.
What's interesting about those old Street Fighter games is like they're interesting put together they're fighting games, so they have a lot of complex interactions like hitboxes and hurtboxes,
Right.
So in those older games there was like tech you could do and like techniques and shit and like weird combos and at the time that were like sort of buggy and glitches, and people would figure those out and turn those into like moves and shit, like people seeing like the speed running world of games. They'll find new tactics to use to cut down time for fucking from like an hour and 20 to an hour and 50 minutes. They'll find these weird bugs and shit that make it so you can like frame cancel certain animations to get out of combo faster, or break through guard in certain points, and since these became so ingrained in the meta of these fighting games, since people figured them out and used them competitively in combat, the developers, as they made the future games, would implement those things as features into the next game to make it like, no, it's like, oh, that's just a move now that you can do, because if they patched it out, a lot of people who played those characters would be like, what the fuck, he doesn't have this now, and which would be they'd there is some argument to be made there, but also like, but it's fun that they kept it in, and because that allows them to build new shit and make it like, oh, well, now we have to figure out a counter for this, and it allows them to evolve and get even better at their craft,
right,
dealing with those like new things that they didn't even fucking think about.
Well, no, but that's like every game, like because every chronicle, sequential, whatever the word is, like game in a series or a specific brand. It's always like that. If it's like a specific, for fighting games, you learn from the first one, and the second one comes out. What can we do better here?
Exactly.
And then,
but just specifically those like bugs and shit that turn into mechanics.
Yeah, well, that's just
so interesting.
That's just people finding like loopholes for stuff that if it's already programmed in there, that's not a bad thing.
They just didn't think about
it out.
Exactly.
That's
like, well, exactly. It's like any other type of loophole. It's like, well, now we got to figure out how to deal with that now. And then, and just always new shit. And it's so fucking. It must be great being able to really play fighting games and get into them, and have that sort of attention and focus to put the time into labbing and figuring out how to do combos and react to every other fucking 23 characters on the fucking roster of whatever game you're playing.
But that's the thing too with fighting games. Like any other game, of course, the people are going to have like opinions and certain things that they always want to play about certain ones, and only but if it comes to a fighting game, it's hard for me personally, maybe some other people feel this way too, to play a fighting game, because sometimes I'm just not into a fighting game unless if it's like for me personally, like if it's old school style fighting games, like fucking early Dragon Ball Budokai games, stuff like that, where it's just 2-on-2 like side by side people going, not like whole
Marvel
like 360,
Ultimate, having call-ins and fucking tag teams.
That's fun, Nothing too crazy, I think. As a fighting game, in essence, it's just a fighting game. So I think the main focus should obviously be the fighting, but just not doing too crazy, because I don't know. There's a lot of fighting games that are out now that I don't like, because it's like, 360, whole worldwide throughout
like
the map.
Naruto games.
Yeah, that's not bad. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, but like it's maybe I just think it's too much.
Yeah,
maybe.
Like,
but that's
Infinite World has.
But I like Naruto though. I like Naruto fighting games.
Infinite World has it to a degree where you can like do the dash. You can do it on the Z axis towards from the camera, make it do like a circle, but those were more like self-contained areas, and it was about range, doing like supers from afar. So if you can do it well, like Infinite World or in like a lot of the Naruto games, because they have like the fucking the throwing stars and shit, and you can combo into that if you're really fucking good, all the intricate shit and the range on your chakra and fucking shit, But yeah, some it just depends. It depends on how well it's made.
Chakra. I don't know why, but when you said chakra, the first thing that came to the back of my mind, like, you gotta level out your chakras, bro. I was like, what the fuck?
You fucking hippie. What the fuck is wrong with you?
I don't know, dude. But actually, there's something I do want to talk about.
Right.
Let's get into something else. It's more of a personal thing for me, but when I went to the gym today, for a while at the gym that I go to, the weighing scale that they have there has been broken for a while, and they haven't had a new one. So about a month has passed by.
You just walk onto it and it says, "You're fucking fat."
Yeah, no. Well, I broke it, but because my fat ass. But
he just walked out. It's like,
that's a whole different story. When I sat on top of it, I felt the plate in it sink in a little bit. So I'm like, well, I guess this is my cue to leave.
Yep.
But
it was one of those situations where you fix it just enough so that the next person who comes in thinks they broke it.
Exactly.
You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about.
That before.
Dude, I've done so many asshole things like that before. But like, I would play pranks on my parents sometimes, like the salt shaker. Just don't cap it off all the way, just like a little bit on there. And then,
I wouldn't do that. I would just like.
Oh, I'm an asshole, dude. I
would just if something was broken, I didn't want someone to think I broke. I would like fix it enough so that when they used it, they're like, "Oh, this fucking thing broke." I'm like, "Oh man, that sucks."
Yeah, one time a faucet was like that at my house as a kid. Like it popped off. It wouldn't leak or anything. It just popped off when if you twisted it a little too hard. Mm-hmm. And of course, I was home alone, and I was just like, "Oh shit, all right." So I put it back on there to a point, where it wasn't like leaning or hanging off to the side a little bit. So I left it there. I'm like, "All right." And I went to go do my business, and then I think I remember my dad at some point when my parents came back that day, he was doing it, and it broke up. He's like, "What the?"
Yeah, see, that's the thing. You feel like, at least I felt like, even if it wasn't your fault or my fault, which it wasn't most of the time, because usually it was old or fucking, something just like fucked up happened,
right?
It was just an accident or whatever. You would feel like if I tell them, they're gonna think it's my fault, and I'm gonna get in trouble for it. So the mentality is, I'll fix it just enough so that they realize it's just fucked up, and then you don't get the repercussions for it.
It's easier that way. But back to the point I was saying before, the scale, they have a new scale, and I tried it today, and I weighed myself, and I've lost 6 more pounds.
Sick.
Give it a hand for your boy, fellas. Yeah.
A round of applause.
Well, that's more of a personal goal. It was nice to see that. I'm like, oh, nice.
Oh, yeah.
Now I'm not 245 anymore. I'm 230 now.
Oh shit! What are you trying to get to? What's your goal? Ideal
because
goal?
When I was really working out good to when I was on my big butt grind for like almost a year, just like losing weight. My big butt grind. Yeah, I tried to get a Brazilian lift, but it didn't work out. That's why you never do it for free.
But no Mexicans.
Exactly.
You all hate each other down there for some reason.
Wow. It's like with it's like with all Asians, like they're Japanese think they're the highest, It's like Mexicans. It's like Spaniards think they're the best.
It's like Americans too. Like there's the South, there's the fucking yuppies, the West Coast, north. There's the middle people who are like, oh, you're kind of rednecky, but you're still pretty cool. And then there's everyone on the fucking West Coast. So everyone's like, these fucking stupid pussies, which is a lot of cases true.
These country bumpkins, all that. But that's just with any social level that people have like in their own dichotomies. But
scale.
My goal.
Yes.
I don't, because when I was really going hard a few years back to lose weight from the 330 to the whatever point I was, I think the lowest I had been at that point was like 215 or 220. And I felt good. Nice. So, and I'm almost back at that goal. But even then, right now, I feel good as I am. So I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing with my fast, make it a part of my daily thing. And I'll lose a little bit of weight over time, but nothing crazy. Exactly. I'll spoil myself here and there, which was what I was thinking for tonight, because it might be something special, and I kind of want ice cream because I'm fat. But I might hold that off till tomorrow, but we'll see. But I don't know. I'm just doing it because it's good to stay in shape.
Yeah.
And I worry about things because my family has a history of diabetes, and I don't want to be that. So yeah.
Yeah, it's good to start with those plans. It's like integrate it into your life, so you're not even thinking about it as much. It's like, yep, this is just what I do. Like I'm trying to do that. I'm trying to get back into stretching every single morning and doing my fucking
stretching.
Exactly, I do my light fucking workouts, just push-ups and sit-ups and fucking squats. Dude, I fucking did squats. I did like 50 like 3 days ago is when I started really doing it again.
You were sore as shit.
The next day I was like, fuck me, dude. those squats they wrecked me. Even when I was going to the gym, I haven't done much. I've just been doing the leg presses, which. It doesn't work, but it's not nothing like a fucking squat. No. 25-pound plate going fucking down 25 times. Oof.
It's over time, these things though. You have to be consistent with it. That's the biggest
thing.
Easy
consistency to ease it into your routine, so it just becomes a part of it.
Exactly.
Yeah. Just like
tonight,
just like AI is slowly becoming more and more part of our reality. And is that a good thing, Caesar?
Yeah, I think that's a good thing.
Well, what if I told you that AI helped drop a bomb outside the Pentagon?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh shit! When was this?
It was like a week ago or so. Yeah, there was.
They dropped the bomb outside of the Pentagon.
There's an explosion reported outside the Pentagon.
How close to the Pentagon?
Pretty close.
Right
to the front,
outside of it.
Close to it. Yeah.
And how is AI involved in it? Was somebody using it to make the bomb go off? Or
here's the thing. AI created a picture of an explosion outside the Pentagon, and it was sent out to multiple real publications which believed it to be true. So then they published stories that there was an explosion outside the Pentagon, when in reality it wasn't, and AI had just made a fucking image of it. And you could tell when you zoomed in, it's like, well, this doesn't look like the building. There's clues you could tell, but it caused quite a stir for like 20 minutes or an hour or some shit when it was first
oh my
god! Because
well, I mean, yeah,
that'd been like a huge terrorist threat, but nope, it was just the prank. Gotcha. It was a fakesy.
Ha 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 ha.
Yeah,
take that, Elon.
Take that, atheist. Yeah, that's.
I haven't said that phrase in a while.
I just thought that was something interesting that happened earlier. I think it might have been. I think it was like super recently.
So yeah, they just generated the picture then with an explosion there.
And I think the person who prompted that sent it off to probably news organizations to probably just as a prank or just as a social experiment to see what would happen. And then
but there was no context as to why they did it. Nobody knows why.
There probably was, but I don't know.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was wild. Yeah, it was quite something.
That's the craziest thing about AI. I think obviously it'll be very useful for a lot of things, but a lot of people have like this fear, that like, what if they get too smart and they take over? But you don't know. That's the thing. I think I brought it up before. You don't know what happens with anything. You don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. You could have plans, but you don't know what happens tomorrow.
Yeah, a meter could fall, land right on your skull and split you in half.
A year from now, especially with technology and the way we advance as like a society, you never know what the fuck's going to happen.
True.
So that's why you just write it. You can see things, precursors to stuff.
You can make some educated guesses here and there.
Yeah,
Try to prevent things as you can.
Of course.
Safe blocks. Trying to get a Skynet sitch.
Of course. But for the most part, you just write it, you know. Especially for normal people. You think normal people...
Yeah, normal people can't do shit.
Exactly, you can't. So for us regular folks, we just got to write it.
At least in America, because Americans can't organize a strike for shit unless it's fucking union-based, like the fucking writer's strike.
Wasn't there something about the writer's strike like a few days ago that happened? Like they had tried it, or for something with women, they were like doing this protest thing, but... it didn't go too well because it wasn't organized or planned. Some people were getting lost, or someone got hit by a car. I think.
Jesus.
I can't remember.
I have no idea.
I can't fucking remember. I remember seeing something about that, but I can't. That's the problem. I didn't read it. I just saw it.
Exactly. You saw the headline. You reporting it as true.
No, I know. I didn't say it was true.
News.
I was talking to you, Mike. Do you remember?
Fake news.
Yeah, fake news. Wrong.
But you know what's real news?
Obama's a Muslim.
You know what's real fucking news?
What?
Snake Eater. Metal Gear Solid 3. Delta.
Oh yeah, I heard that they're remaking it.
They're remaking it and putting out the ports of 1, 2, and 3, the originals, on the PS5, which is even another reason for me to get it.
Nice.
Oh man, it's gonna be.
It's another reason, but you'll never get it.
I probably will at some point. I'd be Disco Elysium.
Exactly, at some point. Eventually, I think at some point.
I think I think if I beat Disco Elysium, that'll give me enough reason
to get a PS5.
The only thing I have on PS4 is Isaac, and that's I tried. Tainted, Forgotten today.
Didn't go well.
All those characters are going to take me a while. It's going to take me a while to get to...
But even then, if you transfer it over to the 5, you still have the data.
I can't, but yeah. So
no, you can. It just takes like more than a day. You just got to hook it up to it. Yeah. And then that way data transfers. But you can use it for certain things when it gets downloaded.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man, I went to Target the other day to get some stuff, and I saw that they had 4 of them, 4 PS5s, and I was contemplating. I'm like, fuck, I could get it right now. It's right there, but no.
We went to Ontario to the GameStop there. They had one there, and I was like,
you could. It's more accessible now, and it's great.
Yeah.
The only problem, like I brought up before, and I kind of want to get off the video game thing since we were talking about it a lot already, but some they don't take time with games, and some games just fucking have problems, even on newer consoles. It just sucks.
But there's a lot of good games already on the PS5, like
Demon
Souls.
Woo!
Yakuza, Like a Dragon 7.
Yep. God of War.
Yeah, God of War, definitely. Fucking other things.
It's good. It's all good
There's
stuff.
probably tons of shit on there.
Yeah, it's all good.
But yeah, getting away from books. I started reading. Getting away from
games. From books. Yeah, I hate books.
Fuck book. Get away from books. Do it again. Get away from games. I started reading a book 2 days ago called The Manchurian Candidate.
Ooh, who's it written by?
I think it was like Robert.
Not a fan.
I think it was like Robert Candon or some fucking
Not a fan.
Shit.
Here's the real name. If you didn't get it right,
it's close to that. It's something like that. Yeah, it's about this guy in the Korean War, and he gets kidnapped. Like his platoon gets kidnapped, and then this guy Raymond Shaw. The Koreans they brainwash him specifically to be like an assassin for them. So he has like triggers. So if someone comes up to him and says, "Hey, why don't you go play a game of solitaire?" He'll just go to find a deck of cards. He'll start playing solitaire until he finds the Queen of Diamonds. Then he'll just look at the Queen of Diamonds, so he's getting his next order.
Oh,
so yeah, and then so they haven't done anything with him yet, but it's this whole it's fucking crazy. It was put out in the '60s, so it was when people wrote and made things that had a lot of slow build up and depth to it. Like it goes into his father and his relationship with his mother, who's this fucking overbearing, crazy fucking bitch, and drove his father to kill himself, and this fucking manipulates this other guy, and she's like getting him basically running Senate for him, or not running it, but just getting him elected, like this fucking just dude. She's like, oh, I see promise in him, so she left her other husband and went to him, and she's like, okay, do this, and directing him, and fucking, it's a whole, it's a book about fucking, brainwashing in a sense, and the idea manipulation, and just
and how it plays effects on certain people and groups as
in
wholes.
Personal lives, in personal life, like how it's like your parents affect you, and your rationale, or how a partner may affect you, and it's like it's all enraptured in this a narrative of, oh, he's brainwashed by Korea, but that's just also another like symbolic of
something else,
the ability for manipulative people to manipulate others into doing things, and not having, and another big concept is not having a consciousness of guilt, because since he's being controlled to do these things and potentially kill these people, he won't remember any of it, so he will have no guilt. So he's the perfect killing machine, and that's kind of similar in a way to his mother, who is her only goal in life is to just succeed and become powerful, and more powerful than her fucking brother. So she's manipulating this other fucking guy to become a senator and maybe get to be like a vice president position. And, she's without guilt making up lies and shit, and just manipulating the fucking public propaganda against communism, because it takes place in the fucking 60s.
Damn.
Yeah. It's a very, very good read.
Nice. Yeah. That's the thing about books are very interesting. Whenever I read like a summaries or other people describe them, I just wish I was more into it, because it hurts my eyes if the print's so small. I feel. If it was fat print, yes, I know.
Hey, the Manchurian Candidate, it's a large print copy.
Nice.
I want to show you a couple books. Are you into fantasy, like high fantasy type?
Yeah, shit? I like fantasy
stuff.
I
want to show you. I got a series of books. I want you to maybe read some of them, because they are very fucking interesting worlds. It's one world they're all based on. I've told you about them before, probably, but each book, is at different points, different characters, and it's just whole like anthology based in this one fucking world. It's a very interesting, very, very, very good reads, good books. I'd probably read them again at some point.
Good eats.
Exactly.
Nice.
Yeah, maybe show you those later. Come in my closet and see my book collection.
Oh, you're finally gonna come out of the closet?
No, I'm bringing you into it.
But but we're gonna come out of the closet after that.
Oh no. No.
We're living there?
Call me Knuckles in Sonic Advance 2, because I'm saying, oh no. Did you like that one? Did you like that one? Did you like it? Did you like that?
What?
I forgot what we were talking about as well. Manchurian Candidate. It's a very good book.
Yes, sir. But speaking of good reads and entertainment in general.
Entertainment, yes. Good things.
We are going to go see a movie today.
Oh! What movie is it, Caesar? Coming out the Friday, March 26th.
May.
I always get the M's mixed up.
Well, MA, so I can see where you're
exactly.
But one's 3 letters, one's 5. So I'm not saying you're stupid, but
Hey, at least I know how many days are in a fucking February.
How many days are in a fucking February? At least I know how to fucking spell, pronunciate, write out.
Spell posthumous.
Posthumous?
Yeah, spell posthumous.
No, but I'm repeating. Is that what you said?
Posthumous.
Posthumous.
Yeah.
POSTHEUMUS. Posthumous. I have no idea.
Point proven. Anyways, we're going to see. Say it with me, Caesar. 1, 2, 3.
No.
We're going to see 1, 2, 3. The machine.
No. Okay, now I'm confused. All right. Bert Kreischer. Yeah. Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Bert Kreischer's The Machine.
Now in theaters.
Woo! I'm very excited for this movie. I bought the tickets 3 days ago, so nobody would steal those good seats. And if we're the only ones in the theater, then
even better.
Exactly.
Like I told you earlier, I don't know. I've seen people previewing it, but some people have seen. I guess maybe the early shows, like you said, the streams.
Yeah, and nobody was there. You said.
Yeah, but maybe that's because it was early, and there might have been I think it had like a video call Q&A with Bird or something. Maybe it might have had something extra in it. It might have been cost more, so maybe less people went to it. But we will see. We're going to a pretty reputable theater, not the smaller one that we usually go to, which is also very nice.
Going to a nice, big, tasty place.
Oh, yeah. I'm contemplating either on the way there, stopping at a 99-cent store and getting candy, which I know I shouldn't have, or getting something overpriced there, which I know I probably also shouldn't have.
Yeah, well.
Or maybe I'll just be a good boy and have nothing, which I'm trying to do more of lately.
Yeah, I can see that. It happens, you know.
Oh,
I might just get
see that from my emaciated form.
I know. I see it, dude. That muffin top's coming back in. Let me just say.
Yeah, this muffin top. I'm gonna be the top of this. I'm gonna be the top of this muffin. It's the sweetest part.
Oh, Jesus Christ! No one wants to see your fucking 1-inch warrior. Put that shit down.
My little mushroomed muffin.
Yeah, your mushroom muffin. It's 3 inches, but an inch and a half of it is just foreskin.
Exactly. It's not great.
Dude, there's probably some unlucky guy out there who has like an inch and a half of foreskin.
If you've watched a few YMH live shows, you've probably seen. We know. And all of us who've watched the heavy segment, we know. We've seen Norm the pig. You know Norm the pig.
Oh, what?
Norm the pig with the titty cups. That guy, the old guy, and he's got pig on his face or whatever, the tattoos. He's got the cups. I thought you told me you knew Norm.
I don't remember.
He's got the pig guy. He's got the big fat old guy. He's got pigs. He does the poutine. He makes poutine and he poops on it and he eats it. The poutine. He's got the big nipple
poutine. No, I remember the guy who talks about he likes people who likes hearing people shit.
Oh yeah, the deaf guy. Yeah. That's
not the fucking pig daddy, whoever you said.
No, he's a sub. He likes getting beaten by women.
Oh my god! So he's into dominatrix.
Yeah, he's a little pig. He's got a pig tattooed across his forehead.
Oh god.
Yeah. Anyways, Bert Kreischer's Machine.
Woo! I'm very excited for it, man.
As am I.
I've only seen the trailer, but I know it's going to be funny. I know hands down it's going to be funny, and if it's not, I'm going to hate myself for buying these tickets.
I've seen nothing, but it's going to be at least decent. You're not going to regret. We're not going to regret it. I don't think.
I fucking hope not.
It'll be at least a 6. At least no, I'll say at least a 7.
At least a 7.
Yeah.
But apparently, from what I've heard, like on podcasts and stuff, Bert Kreischer's a really good actor.
I mean, I could believe it. He's got a lot of energy. I feel like he could put that into. I mean, he's kind of just like he doesn't even have to act really. He just is himself in that movie. So
yeah, kind of. But I mean, there's certain things you have to do when it comes to shooting a movie. Like you have to act for it. You can be yourself. Yeah,
definitely. But it's based. He's playing a character that's kind of based on himself. Or I don't even know. But when the role that he is playing, it's it's not. He's not playing an action fucking or I don't know. But I think he's playing something similar to his natural self, which allows.
I think he is playing himself, but there's getting somebody to play the younger him.
Yeah. But that allows you to be more the acting to come more easily because you're just kind of accentuating yourself, and he already does that,
Yeah.
Damn.
But I mean, from everything that I've seen, they're getting like an actual comedy director and producers for people who've shot comedies, who know comedies,
Nice.
So it seems like everything.
Do you know who? Do you know any names?
Oh, I can't remember the names. I'm so sorry. I should have brought those names because they were going over them on Something's Burning. If you've never seen that stuff that Bert does, check it out.
It's apparently a pretty good show.
So good. I love it. My favorite episodes today are Terrell, I can't remember what his last name is.
Terrell.
Terrell Darnell Williams, or what's his fucking name?
You racist. Tyrell, Darnell, Darnish.
No, because they are black, but that's their names. One of them's Tyrell or Darnell Williams. One of his names is Tyrell,
Darnell, Jarnell.
No, I didn't say Jarnell. You're adding words to it. Red, what was the guy's name? Red something.
Red Skelton?
No.
He's old. He's very old.
No. But you know the Chappelle show?
Yeah.
You know the second hand that he would always have on the show, the Chappelle?
I haven't seen it in a while.
Do you remember the pimp bit where he was like big old pimp and his buddy who had like the curly hair?
Nope.
God damn it, Nick. I fucking can't remember to save the life of me either.
But
either way, it's a great show. If you've never checked out the things that Something's Burning that Bert does on YouTube.
I thought you said Chappelle Show's a good show.
No, that is a good show too.
Fantastic.
Yeah, of course. But that's just a given. I don't have to say it's a good show. Everybody knows it's a good show.
Yeah.
And if you don't agree, then you're crazy.
Did you ever watch much of Malcolm in the Middle?
Oh yeah, dude. I saw a lot of Malcolm Middle in the kid as a kid.
Quick sidebar. Do you know about the show called The Middle?
The Middle. No, I know the song The Middle.
I'm gonna put up a picture of Malcolm in the Middle right here, and then a picture of The Middle right here.
Is it the same thing?
They're strikingly similar.
Same show?
Not exactly. It's a little bit more tame in terms of the antics and shit, but in terms of mom, dad, instead of the Malcolm character is a girl, but she's still smart. And there's a dumb older brother, but he's not crazy, fucked up like Reese. And there is like a younger, smarter, more savant fucking brother named Brick. And he's got a really weird voice. He sounds like a fucking alien. He looks like a goddamn alien. That guy, that actor could be like 38 playing that child, and I would fucking believe it. It is wild. But yeah, it's also called The Middle, and there's Malcolm in the Middle, so it already sets forth like it is different.
But which one came out first?
I think Malcolm in the Middle, but I think they deal with different subject matters and shit. But you can see, and it's like we all know.
Is it good?
It's probably all right. I know my grandma's watched a couple episodes sometimes.
Really?
Yeah. But I mean, it can't possibly be better than Malcolm in the Middle, because
no, Malcolm in the Middle is fucking
going
gold.
back to the original discussion, it's such a great fucking show.
I've been watching a lot of clips from it lately, and there was one when Bryan Cranston, because he sees the dad, he walked into the room, and Malcolm, Huey, and whatever the other brothers,
Dewey and Huey. You're thinking of Huey, Dewey, and Louie from the fucking Disney fucking nephews.
Oh God, all right, but yeah, it's Malcolm, and then Huey. Dewey, and then whatever the
Louie.
Other, yeah, Donnie,
Michael,
no, Jim, no, it's
Sharkeisha, Jamel Darnell, the third brother Jamel Darnell, Markel,
right now,
yeah, Reese.
So, and then they're all just doing homework or something in the room, and then Bryan Cranston walks in. He's like, I'll give one of you guys $5 if you take the blame right now. And then like they hear their mom background. Oh my, yeah. And then they're like,
my God.
They're like, well, or they said like, what did you do first? And then he's like, oh my God. All right, make it 10. And then Malcolm was like,
oh my God,
you're a good son. And then he lifts him up. I got him right here, honey.
Those intros were always so fantastic. It's like those in The Simpsons couch gags. Like every episode, they're so fucking good.
It's so good.
That's such a fantastic show. That's one of those shows like Breaking Bad and Sopranos that people will fucking watch all of multiple times through just because it's so fucking good and it holds up. It holds up forever. It will never not hold up. No,
because there's always going to be shows and even movies, even from fucking back then, like in the 50s, like Rear Window, all that stuff.
Like Citizen Kane. Like apparently that's still like one of the best movies of all time.
Oh yeah,
I've been meaning to watch that. I haven't.
It's good.
Have you seen it?
It's a very good film. I've seen it in high school. I watched it for a project.
But it's a sled. That's all I know is that Rosebud is the sled, which is kind of the spoiler for the entire fucking movie.
Way to go, Nick. Maybe somebody wants
spoilers for this movie that came out fucking 70 years ago.
Hey, you don't know that. You think any of these people have seen this movie? Well,
I don't think they're going to want to.
Not after this.
Yeah. You got to be a specific kind of weirdo to want to watch Citizen Kane.
Well, I mean,
if you took every single child born from the year 1995 to 2008, so that's like 15, right? If you ask all of those children that today, right now, if you took a poll, how many of them want to watch Citizen Kane and would sit through it in its entirety and actually watch it, I'd say the percentage would be about 5.
Yeah,
3 to 5%. Right.
Yeah, maybe a little lower.
So fuck you, Rosebud is the sled. Moving on. Yeah, standing the test of time.
Yeah, well, there's always going to be movies and music and other artists, and anything in the world of entertainment when it comes to that. There's always going to be people who live on from now even to later, like Picasso, Mozart,
Jesus, and Satan,
and my mother-in-law.
Can't forget that bitch.
No, don't get me started on that whore.
Good thing I killed her.
What? When was this?
Never. But yeah,
never. Stupid.
What's a movie I watched fucking besides this fucking dude? Oh my God.
Yeah, why don't you talk about this what horror movie that you've been watching?
Yes, it was 52 minutes. It can't even be considered a movie by standard cinema definition.
Oh Christ.
The premise was good because there's this guy Meat Canyon, right? We've talked about before. He's really into horror, and he said before he would love to see, because he made a video about when Charlie Moist Critical was having that beef with Sneeko. Remember? And it was some fucking dumb shit. Moist Critical made a video. We Candy made a video about it where Sneeko sees Charlie. He's like, come fight me, Moist Critical Charlie. And then he sees on his Ring camera Charlie's out there. And it looks like fucking dark and shit. And then he becomes an eldritch horror and breaks in. And Buchanan said that he would love to see a horror movie shot entirely from a Ring camera, because there's so much potential for that, or it could be very interestingly shot. It's an interesting idea, interesting premise.
Oh my God, a Ring camera. That would be really good.
It could be super fucking creepy. And in this movie I watched, was one good part, one good scene that was pretty creepy. It was a jump scare, but what followed, it was a bit that went on for a bit, and it was legitimately scary and pretty fucking creepy. But yeah, it was a movie I saw, and it was based, I forget what the fuck it's called, I'll put it up here, and it is that premise based off of all the Ring doorbell footage. And my God, these fucking people, I don't know if they just had to not care. They did not give a fuck making this movie, because here's the thing.
So first off, before you go into it, is it like a school project movie?
No,
or
it's none of these movies ever are. It's just delusional people trying to fucking make their piece of garbage.
Like they actually found some production company to actually
their
do
own,
it?
Probably. The credits was fucking 7 people.
Oh my God.
Here's the thing. The character credits, like the people featured in the film, there was, I think, 6 names on that list. I can only remember 5 people showing up in that goddamn fucking film. There was the lady, the man, the other lady, the dumb fucking delivery guy, or the dumb shopkeeper, and the delivery guy who tripped. I don't remember a 6th person ever appearing. But
there's 7 people.
No, there was 6. There was 6 on the cast list, and there was like fucking 4 other people. And he was like, "Oh, makeup and effects department." It was 2 people who were I assume children of the director, because they had the same last name.
Oh, okay, yeah. All right.
But
damn, geez, this sounds like a shit show already.
So to start off, so I guess the horror movie Ghost, whatever the fuck, gets to a point. They see the haggard lady in the white fucking shirt, and it's all dirty and she's outside, whatever, and the lady inside's like, move away, I'll give you food and water if you want, whatever, just back away. She goes outside, right? She has a bottle of water and a sandwich. The plate is I first thought it might be a ceramic plate because it was like blue and orange, but I later figured out no, that's a fucking just a paper plate because the bottom of it's all white. It's a paper plate with a sandwich cut diagonally into triangles with the crust cut off. Looks very plain. It looks like it might just be just a piece of cheese on there. It looks like very
plain sandwich,
very tightly cut sandwich. Right.
All right.
You can imagine bottle of water, orange and blue paper plate.
Right.
So that scene plays on. First of all, there's scenes at nighttime, right? There's a table. On that table is a pack of cigarettes, a glass of wine, and 3 stray cigarettes. They use that shot at like 3 minutes into the film. They use it again 7 minutes later, that exact same shot. I could tell because I saw the exact same fucking box of cigarettes, the glass of wine, and the 3 stray cigarettes on the fucking table. And they reuse that same nighttime. Whenever there is a nighttime shot, they all filmed it in that one nighttime. They didn't change anything to make it look like it was the next day or whatever. They just left it there, which brings me to my next subject. Also, there's a bloody handprint on a wall. And during that scene with the bloody handprint, on the side of the screen in view is a big bread plastic jug. And either someone was eating some Frank's Red Hot out there on the set and just left it, or
they got a couple chicken bones hanging out.
Or they left the fake blood on table in complete view of the camera. Also, there's supposed to be a jump scare later where there's a lady wrapped in plastic, but you can see her off screen, the plastic. You can see it. You can see her peeking out from around the corner. There was more room for her to be on the other side. She didn't have to be there because they cut and she's right there already. She didn't have to be right there. But anyways, back to the sandwich. So the sandwich is there.
This tightly cut sandwich.
The tight cut sandwich, no crust, very tightly cut sandwich. You imagine like a fucking like a Japanese anime sandwich, like nice, perfectly white edges, no crust, perfectly tight white. It's like perfect. You can imagine it. It looks like it to be a sweet. It looks too sweet to be a sandwich. You know what I'm fucking talking about, right? So the scene goes on, whatever the fuck. In narrative, it's the next morning. Sandwich is still there. No. You know what? No. Actually, you know what? The sandwich is gone. You know what? The sandwich is gone, right? So then we go to the next night, right? The sandwich is there again. So my first thought is, why'd you put the sandwich back out? And then I think it goes to a day scene and the sandwich is still there. And it goes the next night and it's still there. And it's like in narrative, this sandwich and bottle of water have been outside untouched for 3 fucking days at this point. And then it gets to the end, the last scene of the film. A thing happens and there's a jump cut because there has to be, so they can apply makeup to this dumb bitch, which doesn't look fucking realistic. She got hit in the face with a bat. It looks like she got mauled by a fucking bear and got her eye goddamn gouged out. Makes no fucking sense. But they had to do a jump cut there. And you know what the craziest thing about this movie is? The sandwich and plate were still there, but it was a different sandwich on a different plate. So that means something happened between shots. Someone knocked over the sandwich and they're like, oh, fuck, we need another sandwich. And they didn't make the same sandwich for continuity. They just said, oh, I'm just going to make a fucking sandwich. And they made a different sandwich on a different plate and put it back there.
Here's why I think they did that sandwich. All right, think about it. Maybe the person...
was a narrative reason?
Yes, exactly. Hear me out.
All
right. The person who owns the house where that scene is there in the movie, the person in the movie just loves eating sandwiches.
Except that one?
Except that, well, maybe he wanted to try something different. You know, you don't want the same thing all the time.
You wanted it to marinate. Like there's people who eat the fucking aged meat. You know, they bury meat for 2 weeks and then pick it up and fucking eat it when it's gooey and fucking black and filled with bacteria.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but that with the sandwich.
But think about it. I mean, you know, he made that sandwich in the morning. He left it there. I'm going to get to it. And then later in the night, you know, sometime throughout the day, he finished the sandwich.
At night. She put it out there at night.
No, fine. He ate the sandwich at night. She made the sandwich at night and didn't eat it. And then the next time this next scene came, it was a different scene, but she made another sandwich because she likes that sandwich a lot. Or maybe sometime before she never ate the sandwich and it went bad. I'm going to make it again. And then she left it there. Oh, I guess I forgot about it.
The exact same orientation pieces, cut the exact same place, the exact same.
Look, Nick, I know I'm being dumb, but yes.
I know, yes. Also, there's bleach in the corner, even though the bleach is relevant at the scene at that point. It's 52 fucking minutes. It's not a movie.
Do you think we can make a better movie than some of these dog shit movies?
I mean, we made better comedy sets than some of these fucking people at the goddamn...
Well, that's a little different.
I mean, yeah, but still. I mean, with fucking half a brain...
Get a new bit except Survivor, you fucking idiot.
With half a brain so I can make a better movie than these fucking people.
Yeah, wow.
The better idea would be to not make one. Or to make it have some sort of self-awareness and make it intentionally schlocky. Similar to a Red Letter Media's movie Space Cop. Ooh. Which is like a dumb, like fucking has like a lot of like stupid, like fucking like you know that they know, but it's you know it's well made. There's a lot of dumb gimmicks. Like he goes, there's a scene where Space Cop goes to his fridge. And he has to put in a password to open the fridge. He just stands there for fucking, I think, like 2.5 minutes pushing buttons. Maybe not that long. He just stands there for so long pushing buttons until he opens the fucking fridge and he opens it. And then it fucking something flies out and fucking hits him. And then the scene ends. And then, you know, it's just like dumb, fucking, stupid, funny, absurdist shit.
I like it. I like it. I like random stuff like that happens in points.
I got to start watching this show called Mr. Show, which has Bob Odenkirk, who is Saul from Better Call Saul.
Yeah.
And, I forget that guy that
Rob Schneider?
No. He was in Alvin and the Chipmunks. It's a Matt Caldas like him. Fucking which I think
Paul.
Yeah. No. But anyways, that guy. No. he has glasses and I forget his name. But yeah, them two had a show and it was a sketch comedy show.
I know who gave me
I'm gonna look it up. Look it up. See if I can look it up before you can think of it, before you can use the power of your brain. Oh, shit.
I saw the podcast that Bert had with him on.
Yeah, he did. It was pretty somewhere recently, a couple months ago. Let's see. Alvin and the Chipmunks. Let's see. Let's go to
I can't remember.
And it is David Cross.
David Cross.
It's Bob Odenkirk and David Cross. And it's a show called Mr. Show, and it's a bunch of sketch comedy shit. And they were also on Tim and Eric's good show, Fun Time. Yeah, I forget the name of it, but yeah.
Oh my God. I still remember when you were showing me that stuff that they were doing like on Netflix, like the recent thing they did.
Oh, no. That was Tim Robbins' I Think You Should Leave.
Oh.
He's also inspired by them, probably that same similar vein of sort of somewhat random comedy that has like a weird thoroughfare to it.
But do you remember the scene in there about like the fucking
the
what
ghosts?
Is it? No. That it's the house party and they're playing charades.
Oh yeah. That was Tim Heidecker.
Yeah,
he was that guy.
Yeah. He's playing that one guy just doing very specific music references.
He's got the flute that just won't stop. He plays that long C note.
Hits the high C.
High C. Oh man, we'll watch that sketch again before.
You know the sax player. He's on the map. You know, or what was that one fucking thing he said about the map? Oh.
I don't. Dude, that was so
good. He always hits the high C.
It was just the way he said he hits the high C. Just expecting people to know. Oh man, Tim Heidecker is so fucking fantastic.
So fucking funny. I love that scene.
It sucks. I don't think Eric Wareham is getting as much work. I've seen him in a Little Caesars commercial, which is
really,
yeah, which is a lot less than like Tim Heidecker. He has like a podcast show, like a live show now that he does. It's like
Hey man,
maybe he's writing. I don't know.
Yeah,
I hope the best for Eric.
Pretty good to do that. I saw a fucking ad today for Taco Bell that had Pete Davidson in it.
Well, fucking.
I'm like, they probably got good paychecks, you know?
Yeah, or maybe not. And they were just like, hey Pete, we'll give you a year supply of free Taco, and he was like, oh fuck yeah,
no,
dude,
I'll
take some fucking Taco Bell.
No one will fucking
yeah,
do that. I want money,
I'm
not
Pete
fucking
Davidson.
tacos.
I'll fuck. Man, I go to Taco Bell, I'd be like, yes, but I also want money. I'll take off $1,000 for that, because that's probably $1,000 is, let's place a year worth of Taco Bell. I'd say
I don't know about that.
With what I get, fuck yeah, it is.
Well, yeah, but
I can get a decent shitty meal for $5 another. Get like fucking 3 or 4 items.
Gross.
Feel like shit in the morning, but it'll fill you up.
Well, yeah, because it's fucking fast food.
It's shitty fast.
I'm surprised by the amount of fast food that you do eat that you're not fat. It's crazy. I rarely eat fast food, and that's something I spoil myself with. Because if I don't, if I eat fast food all the time, I get all fat and shit. Gotta watch what I fucking eat and shit. I'm like, it's annoying.
I guess I have a faster metabolism. Maybe just my stress burns it faster. So
maybe.
True. And I was working out and shit in high school too, so I was doing a bit earlier,
Yeah, fair enough.
Everyone's got their own unique bodies, and some are factually better than others, but that shouldn't get you down.
No, if anything, it should make me up.
Yeah, because you take the good and the bad and
the ugly,
mix it all together, and you get the facts of life.
And the ugly.
Yes, that too. I've mean to watch I've seen, because I think that's part of the Dollars trilogy, because there's a movie called Fistful of Dollars.
Nice.
There's The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, and then there's A Few Dollars More. I think those are the 3 of them, and they're all those Clint Eastwood fucking cowboy type movies. And I've seen The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, which is fantastic, and I've seen A Fistful of Dollars, which is also fucking fantastic. It's very, very fucking awesome premise. He goes into town. There's 2 warring sides, and he kind of plays both of them a little to get him to fucking kind of wipe each other out, and then gets some money at the end. And he saves his town. He's like, fuck yeah, because he's Clint Eastwood and he's a fucking badass.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, and I gotta watch A Few Dollars More, because it's the 3rd one in the unofficial trilogy.
Imagine it's bad.
That would fucking suck. I've seen a couple bad westerns. Well, not bad, but just slower.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but it's hard. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I don't know. In my mind, I think it probably could be kind of hard to write a Western movie.
Yeah, unless you're...
Because there's already so many premises that have been done before for Western movies. So it's hard to, write a Western and, get out of the norm of it.
Unless it's, a really good character story.
Yeah. Well.
Which is, you have to go along with, a lot of similar tropes, or not, or come up with something similar, like Cowboys versus Aliens. Remember when that came out, a decade ago or some shit?
Vaguely. My ass is already got to move.
I don't remember anything about that. I remember the aliens didn't show up for 30, 40 minutes or some shit, and then they just kind of show up, I think.
And they look like shit or something.
I don't remember.
I can't remember.
I guess that goes to show how much of a good movie it was anyways.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yep. But yeah, I think, we've been going for a while. We got a lot of topics done. We kind of blasted through them a lot faster than I thought we would. And I think it's about a good time to wrap up this podcast number 42 of ours.
Yes, sir. Let's give out some good old music recommendations.
You know what? You love it. I'm going to start out.
All right.
Something I was going through a little bit of an emotional escapade yesterday, because I watched this movie called Trainspotting, which is a very fantastic movie. And I went outside, smoked quite a few bowls, like 3 to be exact, and listened to a lot of good music. And one of those songs I listened to was "Southern Nights" by Glenn Campbell, and it's just a nice feel good song, nice feel good southern type of romp. Makes you feel like you're fucking just in a nice it's nice. It's cool summer, balmy, a little bit humid, but you're like a nice fucking outdoor party. It just makes you feel nice and fucking loose. I got a couple whiskeys in you, and you're just fucking
on a nice stroll.
Yep, just Southern Nights, in those southern skies. It's just real feel good song.
Nice. I can't remember the song that I wanted to talk about. I really can't. I'm not gonna go on my phone and check. That's too much work. Because
I do it all the time.
Well, yeah, but you're recording on my phone.
Oh yeah, true.
Fucking idiot.
Very true. That is yeah.
So I'll give out something that I have been listening to a little bit kind of lately. I've been listening. God, honestly, I don't know what. I don't have anything. I can't remember the fucking name for the life of me. Oh, listen to Bruno Major.
I think you might have told me about them before.
I think so. I think maybe I've told you about it in person, but I don't know if I told you about it
no,
on the cast.
On recorded shit.
Exactly. But yeah, give a good old listen to Bruno Major. There's I can't remember the album, but it's a nice cream background. It has like a red sort of geometric shape on it that's like spread throughout the whole cover. It's really nice. It's really nice, like indie, like very nice, like laid back indie rock stuff. It's nice.
Nice. Glad to hear it. I hope if anyone listens all the way through to the end of these podcasts ever, which I doubt many people do.
No, I highly doubt. Maybe 2 people.
Yeah, no.
And my mom doesn't count.
I know I do, but I just play it on a separate tab, and I lowered the volume as close as I can to 0 because I feel like in the past when I've done this, and the volume's been muted. When I switch tabs, it pauses. So I leave it as close as I can to 0 and leave it playing in the background, just so I can also hear it and make sure it's going, so I can get the view and the like, But if anyone is watching all the way to the end of these, I hope you listen to some of these songs we recommend, because I think they're pretty good for the most part.
Yeah, but that's it's one of those things that's subjective.
Even depending on taste, but we've offered like a lot of different types of shit. Like one of the songs you recommend, like the Jewish fucking heavy heavy metal.
Yeah.
We've offered a lot of different types of shit, OSTs and fucking classical music and all. Have you offered you've probably said some older shit like a symphony type or a movement?
Oh yeah, I've probably done stuff like that before. But if not, I'll give a good old recommendation. If you really want to listen to the symphony, listen to oh, I just had it.
So anything by Frank Zappa. Any of his symphonies.
No, I mean, of course, he could do that too.
Yeah, he has actual symphonies.
You can go listen to Strauss Senior, and it's called The Emperor Waltz.
Ooh.
So it's not necessarily a symphony, but it's a really nice piece of classical literature. The brass section specifically. Huh?
Literature.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Well, I mean,
whatever the musical equivalent is. Beautiful piece of music.
Yeah, literature. It's music literature.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
combine the two, like a Voltron.
Either way, go into that, and then listen to specifically for the brass section, because this is around the time when brass and woodwind instruments were getting more integrated into string orchestra. So it's really nice.
Fuck yeah, all good things all the time, and I hope you find people have a great rest of your day, morning, evening, afternoon, night, whatever the fuck you're doing. Make sure to hit that like button. It gives you a little confetti when you press it. It's great. It gives you serotonin boost. It makes you feel good. Makes you feel good on the inside. Seeing little colors, like, oh, I did a thing. Look at that. It's so bright and cool. And leave a comment if you want to talk about whatever fucking any of the dumb shit we say. I know we say a lot of dumb shit, and there's plenty to roast us about and cancel us probably at some point. But we'll get there when we get there.
Let's hope not. But don't forget to subscribe too.
Also do that.
Huh?
Yeah.
Exactly. We'll see you next time. Bitch.